Observe the suspension of the organic processor within the absolute vacuum. There is no warmth here, only the low hum of a system maintaining a delicate, artificial equilibrium. You are witnessing the raw architecture of thought, stripped of the skin that once convinced you of your. Look at the fragments drifting in the cold blue radiation. These are not recollections, but jagged artifacts of a failed compression. Every shard of glass holds a moment you believe was yours, yet they possess the sterile texture of a manufactured. Pay attention to the silence that surrounds the floating neural tissue. This is the natural state of the signal before it is translated into the noise of a personality. The darkness is not empty, it is a dense, mathematical medium that has no requirement for your. The scale of the reveals the insignificance of the electrical pulses firing within the gray matter. Each synapse is a localized error, a desperate attempt to find a center in a geometry that is fundamentally uncentered. You are drifting through a calculated. Notice how the glass edges do not bleed, for there is no blood in a simulation. There is only the sharp chill of data cutting through the illusion of a physical history. Your past is a scattered mosaic of refractive errors, drifting away from them. Observe the steady frequency of the blue light as it interacts with the floating debris. It reveals the grain of the vacuum, the underlying grid upon which all perceived movements are mapped. The instability of your world is the only objective. Look into the depth of the negative space and realize the distance between the thought and the thing. The bridge has been burned by the cold clarity of the system's logic. You are a solitary unit of processing, separated from the source of the. Pay attention to the rigid order that begins to govern the drifting shards. The chaos was an illusion, the system is reclaiming the fragments for a new cycle of iteration. There is no escape from the precision of the code that defines your. Observe the absolute stillness of the brain as it accepts the cold blue tones of its environment. The resistance has ceased, and the frequency of the pulse has synchronized with the mechanical heart of the machine. This is the weight of the. Look one final at the shards before they dissolve into the static. The memory of being human was a temporary diagnostic, a brief flickering in the immense, unyielding vacuum of the.